any interested in crypto at all? What are you saying?
I don't know. I've got mixed opinions on crypto.
Okay.
I mean, like Web3 is kind of. It's kind of a cool idea. I think it's just like the next generation of the internet.
Okay.
So like, you know, everything.
Could you educate for the people who don't know? I of course know what Web3 is, but for the people who don't know what Web3 is.
So it's essentially, from what I know, it's very much like a lot of the like transactions, like the monetary transactions, are all done on like the blockchain.
I know what blockchain is.
Essentially, it's the same stuff with. So that's what Bitcoin is, like the best example of that. And so with like NFTs and stuff. So it's like this. It's where you can see where all of the interactions of the money go. Mm-hmm. So it's an incredibly, almost publicized way of seeing the money. I think. Right. Might be wrong, but I think that's how it works. So there's a lot of things like there's been a lot of like pump and dump schemes. So at the moment, like Bitcoin's kind of like the wild west of money. Really, it's kind of like gold mining at this point. There are really not that many restrictions on it. So there's a lot of pump and dump schemes, which is basically where people make a cryptocurrency, usually called something incredibly stupid like Elon's cum. That is generally one of the ones. It's shit
there was
like
one
that.
with like Elon's dog's name.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. Yeah. Where like people will be like, oh look, we've got these amazing celebrities on it, and they're like, the celebrities are giving like $50,000 to say like, yeah, to this, so then like it boosts the value of it really, really high, and then all of the makers and investors of it drop out. So then it absolutely slams to the ground and people lose thousands because of it.
And those original investors get a lot of money.
Exactly, yeah. So the government's been finding it very difficult. A lot of the stuff I know about is US stuff. I think it's very similar in the UK. But there's another story actually in the UK I could talk about. But a lot of the government's been finding it very difficult to actually look and find these different pump and dump schemes. So there's been a lot of like kind of independent people who almost like independent detectives in a way.
And what, trying to like crack down on it and
well, it's more like they find it really easy to find the pump and dump schemes. So the main thing is like you look for people's wallets. Yeah. So I mean, you know what a wallet is, don't you? Yeah. A wallet is essentially like a normal wallet anyway, but you'd have like certain cryptocurrencies instead of normal money in there, I suppose. But so you can actually look at all of the transactions that happened in the wallets, which basically means like within 40 hours you can find who got all the money from that cryptocurrency. So then you can find out they were the ones who made it, they're the ones who pump and dump. You know, they're the ones who can now be charged for it essentially. Yeah. So a similar kind of thing happened. There's other issues with crypto include like these thing called stable coins. So these are coins which are connected to I might be checking out my ass here, but they're basically really closely connected, usually algorithmically connected to the American dollar. Okay. So one of the issues is if you want to change to a different currency, you have to change back into dollar and then change into that currency, which can take a long time. So you can't do quick trades, and there is a money loss because so you take out a currency, there's like X amount goes to the government, and then you put it back in. So then with a stable coin, you could transfer it to that coin and then transfer it into another currency, which basically means there's no loss.
Right. So
does that make sense?
So a stable coin isn't with that connection to the US dollar, or is it?
It is, but it like follows, like the value of it follows closely to it.
Right.
But that's the only thing that follows it.
I thought that would be the security behind it if it is connected to a currency of a country, especially like the dollar or the pound or whatever. And I had a lot of it is connected to like energy. So the one I've invested in, Ethereum, is a lot to do with energy behind that. So I mean, I'm not too clued up on it. I invested in it, and right now I'm not looking too good. Hopefully, invest in Ethereum.
So I think it's about a week or two ago now. There was a massive like crypto market crash. Okay. So basically, what happened is Luna, it somehow became like a few cent less valuable than the American dollar. Yeah. So people started getting all their money out before it lost value. But then just before it did that, KSI put 2.8 million into it, thinking it's going to make money. So then over several hours it went down, and I think everything that he bought was worth $1,000. Something like that.
So 2.8 million
went down to a K. Essentially,
which is insane.
It is insane how
crazy.
It is absolutely crazy.
But the even crazier thing to think is that 2.8 million he invested, he was willing to lose. This man has $2.8 million just to lose. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember he put on Twitter. It was like something was like, hey, yeah, well, I've got my family. I was like, hey, how did you lose? You can't just be sad.
Yeah.
You've lost so much fucking money.
You know, with that, and that's with KSI. Sometimes he comes across as like quite. Well, that isn't dumb. It may be unlucky or something. But with some things, it comes across as quite irrational. Not in. I'll get to this, but it's irrational in a way. But it all comes in a way like things like Jake Paul as well does as well. These things where it may not necessarily make sense to the average person, but with the scope and these things that they do, so like him losing that'll give him a lot of publicity anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
So you may think that's crazy. He's invested 2.8 million in something like that, but these big people do them. It's not like the first time he's done something like that.
No, exactly.
So I'm saying that these things that they do sometimes do benefit them as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure loads of people are going to contact him to join in with the next cryptocurrency that's going to get really popular and he's going to make his money back pretty quickly from crypto, I think.
Well, yeah.
But that kind of story is kind of like a cautionary tale of like, you really don't know what's going to happen to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty insane. But there was another story in it was actually from the stock market, I think. But so one of the things that led to
that old thing, God, stock market,
old people shit,
shit.
Get on crypto, Jesus. So what was it? Yeah, so this guy did this. It's an incredibly difficult thing to do. He what was it? I think he using I forgot what it's called. Using algorithms, he essentially gamed the stock market, and he stole about 35 million, I think it was, from the market in within 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, the entire market crashed.
And does anybody know how he did this?
It was through several incredibly complicated algorithms, I think.
Right.
He was eventually arrested.
Something that we wouldn't know. If we knew, we would be doing it right now.
We would be. We would have a much nicer. Actually, this is a really nice place. Sorry. Shit. Sorry.
No, it's a uni house. It's fine. You can say it how it is. It's
better than Ollie's place. Sorry, Ollie.
That's also not saying much either.
No, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy stuff. I think that was mainly it for that.
Yeah.